Hello. So today I thought I'd have a look at some old HP premium desktops, the Z series. Here's a Z400 workstation, dates from around 2010. See, it came with Windows 7, stick on top there. Quite a nice, smart looking machine. So, Intel Xeon logo, Windows 7 logo. It's quite a nice machine. Firewire, audio, pair of USBs. I think I put this in, but it's got a multi-card reader and a DVD writer. Around the back. Power supply, second fan. PS2 ports, of course. Strange, there's no serial port. HP seems to like putting serial ports on machines, especially higher end ones. 6 USBs and a gig Ethernet. This machine's currently got a pair of graphics cards in. We'll have a look at those in a second. It's quite a smart case. Don't think it's dated that badly. Have a look inside. Case comes off easily. It's all quite nice and easy to work on. You can see it has a fan shroud, comes off. Let's realign the camera. So it's got a single Xeon, it's got 6 DIMM slots, and a pair of ATI video cards. It's all roughly toolless. You can pop out the cards just by unclipping that. Hard drive, you just put out a clip and the whole thing just pops out. CD drive's the same. Push these in, you can slide these things out. Quite a nice machine. Right at the bottom there, you can see it's got 6 SATAs. Floppy connector, showing its age there. A couple of PCI Express 8s, a couple of 16s and a couple of PCI slots. I know a couple of people still use these machines for various uses. Do well for normal office work or even as a mess around server. It's quite a nice machine, but nothing too special. Like the second machine over here, which is, I think it's something quite special. Oh, I've just got on the case inside lid here. Some instructions of what goes where. This is a Z820. Very nice machine. Slightly more modern looking, same design really though. So it's Intel Xeon, Windows 7 again. Nice machine, aluminium. One big piece of aluminium this is. It did have like a plastic cover in it, this side still has. It makes it a bit shiny, but it just looks like it needs to be peeled off. It doesn't come off really easy at all. This was an absolute nightmare getting this off, and it's never looked right since. Not quite sure what to do with that. Quick look around it. 3 5¼ inch drive bays, a couple of USB 3s, USB 2, audio, firewire again. Around the back. 2 80mm fans. PS2, serial, USB 3, USB 2, firewire, video card. It's got 2 Ethernets. One's normal network, gig, and one's AMT. And that lets you remotely manage the machine. A bit like ILO, IPMI, or one of those on servers. Quite handy for doing some remote management. This actual machine has the top missing. Because this is, you can rack mount these. They are 19-inch rack in size, and they will fit as, what's that, 4U thereabouts, maybe 5. Yeah, to make them rack mount. As if you're doing a workstation machine, it's pretty much server class hardware, but it's you might use it for rendering or all sorts of things, audio visual usage on these. Let's look inside, because inside is where it's very special. Oh, it's very chunky, tough handle there. Stage B radio. Got some fashed over function graphics here. Look, this quite faint. It lists what order to put your RAM in. If you've got a single dual processor, tells you all these different things on the motherboard, what goes where. Oh. You don't see much, do you? Everything's hidden away. But anywhere there's a little green line means it moves. First of all, hard drives. This little tray there. That's got an SSD in there. Some drives. And quite interestingly, it's a SAS drive. This is, I'll come back to that shortly. But yep, it's got 4 drive bays there. This has got an SSD and 3 3TB SAS disks. Under this cover, where the cards go. Let's get a little bit closer. So inside we have one PCI, there's a PCI 3 times 16, there's 1 times 16, there's 1 times 16, there's 1 times 16, PCI 2 times 8, and there's a PCI 3 times 8. And very nice, all the cabling, it's all nice and hidden away. It's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 SATA connectors. And as I mentioned earlier, they're SAS capable as well. So it's got, I think it's 12 SAS ports, or SATA, and 2 SATA only, there's the grey ones there, which are for the CD1. It's got power headers. If you put in graphics cards in here that require extra power, there's 3 of those. The idea is you could put 3 beefy graphics cards in here. See what's under this. This whole assembly comes out, and just look how ridiculous this is. You've got an 80mm fan, another 80mm fan, a, what's that, 60mm fan, squirrel cage fan, another one, another squirrel cage blower. So in this one thing I'm holding here, it's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 fans. Why are there 6 fans? Well, 2 Xeon processors there, heat sinks sticking out of those, that's the 2 80mm fans going down there. And there's, each CPU has got 4 DIMM sockets, So it takes 16 DIMMs in this. This has got 4 16 gig DIMMs in at the moment. Give it 64 gig RAM. I can't remember the exact Xeon type it is. I'll have a look at that in a minute. Probably 5440 or something similar. We've got 2 fans, exhaust fans up there. 2 more fans here for cooling the drives. So 6 fans in there, 10 fans in total. But wait, there's more. Up a touch more. Power supply. Another green mark and black handle. Look at that. It comes out. It is a so I've just been really confused here. So it's, I don't know if you can read that. 100 volt, 12 amp, 115 volt, 127 volt, 12 amp, 200 240 volt, 10 amp, 50-60 hertz. So it's all completely wide ranging. It's got 118 volts, 12 amps at 400 hertz. 400 hertz. Isn't that aircraft? Something's telling me 400 hertz is used in aircraft. Well, maybe this is sometimes racked in a aircraft serving video for seat backs. Well, who knows? There's a dead creature there. I can see here it's a 1000, depending on the input, it's between 1125 watts and 1450 watts. The 240 volts, it's nearly 1.5 kilowatt power supply. That's just mad, the shape of it. 2 more fans. So we're up to 12 fans now. You can see the mains bit sticks out the back. Isn't that just brilliant? Getting these drives out is quite nice. It's easy to get to the cables at the back. Just disconnect them, and then you go lift that, pop it out. No screws, nothing. 2 empty trays. They literally are storage trays. Put things in there. How's that? Beautiful machine. I'm sure inspiration has come from, people will say inspiration has come from like the Mac Pro. It's all aluminium or modular. But I just think that is lovely. So much thought has gone into just designing this thing. Is ridiculous. All the airflow connector there, all the different power and the monitoring, all the channels and the ducts, different ducting where the airflow goes. So that's obviously for CPU 1. This one here draws air through this hole here down to the fan for CPU 2, and you've got these blowers and that fan there going onto the RAM. You don't often have fans on your RAM, do you? In fact, another nice thing inside here, see this heatsink and a copper pipe going down here to the voltage regulators. So that we having a fan, one of those fans is blowing on that as well to cool down this copper pipe here for the VRMs. But isn't it just great? All the cable management, just everything's hidden away. Pleasure to work on. It's got some little crappy graphics card in at the moment. This has been running Nutanix Community Edition. It's my home server for quite some time. It does it very well, very quietly. This is all the front panel connections, etc. Speaker LEDs, USBs, cable tied down, CD drive. It's great, this thing here, though. Just keep away so I'm not flapping about in the breeze. But you plug in 3 graphics cards. Nice little mining rig as well, couldn't it be? Boot it up and have a quick look in the BIOS. Turn it on. You can hear how quiet it is. Or not hear how quiet it is, more like. A bit like a server as well, the BIOS takes forever to come on. There we go, GeForce 8400, I told you, a little crappy old graphics card. And here's the onboard SATA/SAS controller. Just hear the hard drive spinning up. Again, with its 12 fans, they don't have to spin very fast to move move a lot of air. To Control C, let's go to this config utility to have a quick look. So this machine's about 2014, 2015-ish. Go to the adapter. You can see here it's got a logical volume. So direct attach, it's got the Samsung 256GB SSD. I've got 3 physical discs and then a volume. Hitachi 3TB drives each and they're SAS discs. Discard changes and reboot. Let's have a look in the normal BIOS. I think it's 2014. It's got with 3-year warranty. It's a nice beast of a machine. Go in the BIOS. This should be a bit quicker because the drives have already spun up. There we go, 4.5 terabytes logical volume. We just saw the flashing up there, it flashes between the network boot and the ANT management. Ah, there we go. HP BIOS. Just looks like any other HP desktop. So there you go, it's a Z820 64GB ECC. ANT Xeon RC5 2650V2. Extremely common server CPU. 2 of them you can see, 2.6 GHz, DIMM1, DIMM8, DIMM1 and DIMM8, 16 gig, 16 gig. So there you have it. A dodeca fan desktop workstation. And I have one more Z series as well to have a look at. And this last machine is actually the PC that is recording this video right now, as it is my desktop, my actual desktop I use. It's another Z series. This is a Z230 got an i7 in it this time, it's not a Xeon. Same styling as the previous Z820, maybe a fraction newer. It's got a Blu-ray writer in there. I put that in, the card reader, some USBs, nothing particularly interesting. Around the back, standard assortment of ports, PS2s, even on a relatively modern machine, good Ethernet, USB 2, 3 display ports, good old serial port, a couple of USB 2s, a couple of USB 3s, audio. I'm not using the onboard graphics though, I'm using an extra card, and power. If you ever used a normal HP desktop, then it's all pretty similar really. Let's just have a look inside, and you see it's still quite similar to the Elite desktops. It comes off, typical HP, it's got some documentation. You see it's low profile, and it's low profile graphics card. It's nothing special, it's a ATI, ouch, ATI R7 nothing particularly special, but better than on board. It's got a nice cooling solution here. See, it's some copper heat pipes. There's a fan here. That's a 60mm fan, a little shroud that goes at the back. That forces the hot air out through here, not just into the case. Of course, there's also a fan into power supply. I've got a spinning disc here. Just try to be gentle as I open it up, and it all just opens up for easy access. There's space for another 3.5-inch drive here. No, I'm lying, a 2.5-inch drive here. 3.5-inch bays over there has got the card reader. So for an SSD, so that's for 4 DIMM slots. I'll do this without breaking it because it's running right as we speak. It's also got PCI Express SSD here. What's that? It's an HP. Can't remember the part number. 256 gig. Pretty quick. And that's an HDMI capture card. There's a video card. Again, it will look quite similar to any other HP Elite desktop if you're used to it. And it's an i7. 4790, 3.6 GHz, 4 cores hyper-threaded. So I'll just have a quick look at some HP office machines, but relatively high spec office machines. I'm a big fan of these, well made, bulletproof, tend to be. And every HP desktops, they're just chucked away by the boatload and get them cheap on eBay, which I would recommend. Stick a good graphics card in, much better than this, a low profile, and away you go, you've got a decent gaming machine. That'll do for the moment. I'll catch you later.